Greetings, everybody. I'm Chilling3000 here, just send a link. Welcome to another episode of Chilling3000 Hangouts. And this is episode 8, and tonight I will be talking about the latest news, interacting with fans here on the stream, and having some guests on along with the fun. It is currently a Friday edition because I had a half day of school today. I was going to go hello there Disney weather. I was gonna go live earlier today, but another stream was going on, Channel Majority. So when I saw that, I was like, "Hi, dang it, Chore!" But even though Brent would say that, but I'll give him a little pass because I was resting anyway, and I may have been a little bit late anyway, so I'll give him a pass. But I saw some of the stream and I thought it was pretty good, so I'll give him credit on that. Just hopefully next time we'll do some. Oh, hello there, Charlie.
Hear ye, hear ye. It is I, the 700th man again. As me and David 3000, I just came from Chill with Jordy. But anyway, as David 3000, I and Tom Willis practically embarrassed the Rant and Rave podcast. As soon as they got a win last week, they came in this week all cocky, and guess what? We put them in their place, and it proved that the real draw of Rant and Rave was not Jordan, was not Brandon, was not Michael, was not Eric. It was Danny Lewis, David 3000, and Randy West. And guess who was on the Hangman Outcast last night? The very record-shattering episode. Well, 2/3 of that equation in David and Danny. So yes, I am officially going to be going under contract negotiations with Denny and his Redbubble to get him contractually obligated to the Hangman Outcast. So yes, we are because unlike Rant and Ray, we look for talent. We look for talent. I was even talking to Brandon Beauregard and let him know that. Yeah, David, you're still. Yeah, well, yeah, and I talked to him after show, but I did tell him that I said that you are still a primary focus on the show, regardless. You're just not the co-host anymore. You're the guest, the recurring guest, and backstage head of promoting.
Like the producer.
Yes, I'll give you that, like the more sexy name of that. You're the producer of the show. Tom is the co-host and the booker. Of course, I'm the main attraction, even though Tom thinks differently, but I'm the main attraction. So I don't call myself the co-host I'm the main attraction. And then, of course, Brandon Beauregard will be the new prodigy of the Hangman Outcast. And he even gave me an idea of how to get a dirty side out of him, which I will not disclose until I get more conversation with my co-hosts about that. But yes, we may have break the case in terms of finding someone that kind of in a way is like David in some ways, but we could find that one bit of that one little bit of rocket fuel.
Even Jerome said on our chat, which I haven't had a chance to respond, but he said Brent Bogart has talent.
Yes, the ventriloquist thing. That's going to be like David. David, your biggest talent besides the behind the scenes. I've always said, David, you will be a great producer one day. That's going to be your talent. And there's nothing wrong with being a behind the scenes guy. Not everybody could be on camera, but I will say this: at least you're not like Andrew.
Especially,
sorry, I called.
Especially that especially with the pandemic, being
yes,
that's and I'm gonna focus on my outside life more because if you're just gonna be on the internet all the time, then that's not good. And I don't want to put myself out. Honestly, I don't want to put myself out there on the internet a little bit too much. I just want to be myself and focus on my outside life.
Oh yeah, and like I said, David, we try and we're gonna go with the Amigali at least because that was probably one of the more highlighted parts of the show. And I told Brandon, or I told Emo this about what happened last night when I got called a two by some tramp. I can say tramp because there's a movie called Lady and the Tramp by Disney. So tramp is not a bad word. Anyway, by some tramp. Anyway, but I told Brandon, I always said, I told David this. I will never have y'all do anything that I wouldn't do myself. Case in point, last night. Yes. Because you look at it this way, David. You and I probably got roasted the most. Now, I don't know what's worse, being called a two or being called that you look like you're 13 and you look like a nerd. Then again, nowadays, being a nerd is kind of sexy. So I don't even know why the nerd thing is such a bad thing. However,
I have no clue. And
however,
hello, Jose.
Oh, yes. Hello, Jose. Jerome is talking to you in the Renegades chat about the lost levels, David. When are you going to beat them?
I know, but the thing is, I'll probably work on that tomorrow. Plus
because Jerome said that his like card games is not his forte. So who knows, David? You could do something that I have not been able to do yet. That is beat Jerome. That's one thing you and I have in common, David. I've roasted Jordan. I've roasted the Scorpion Death Drop. I've roasted Dan. I've roasted everybody, and like Tom, Eric, everybody. I've roasted everybody. I could say I have a victory. The one person I will say I've beaten more than anybody besides you, David, is Jordan. But there's still that one glaring loss in my resume, and that is Jerome. And you should be grateful, David, that he's even giving you this opportunity. He has not even looked at it. Now I will take it as a fact that Jerome doesn't give me an opportunity because he knows I almost had him beat.
An opportunity. Well, you're the one. If you want that opportunity, you need to go to him.
Well, yes. But then again, I ain't as desperate as you are, David, to get your win back. But here's the difference, though. Jerome is doing that because he's trying to give you a fair shake. He knows that if we and him had another debate about a movie, he knows that if it was a particular movie that we both disagree on or agree and disagree on, he knows that I'll be coming more prepared this time, and the difference and the outcome will not be the same as before. So so that's why I've made peace with the fact that I'll let Jerome have that victory because I'd rather have somebody have a victory over me than be like the Rant and Rave podcast.
But speaking of the Rant and Rave podcast, I got my message from earlier. Even Michael.
I didn't respond to it because of the fact I was at work, and I'll probably be on here for another 10 minutes because again I gotta go back into work. But that's why I was glad you started early because I was like, oh, good, I could come in early. Because I was actually going to do a Chilling to the Gallows before I realized that Jordan was live. And I was like, okay, I'll do a Chilling to the Gallows for a little bit before David's stream goes on. And then I was like, we went a little long. So I was like, okay. And then David was like, yeah. Anyway, yes, David. So
I was actually planning to go live around noon or 3, but when I saw Jordan, I was like, "Hot dang it, Jordan!"
I know, right?
He even, I bet he saw the schedule for Chilling3000 Hangouts today at 3 p.m. Eastern time. And what did he do? He streamed 2 hours before, or an hour and a half before I went live, but decided to go a little bit longer just to probably make me go a little bit of a delay.
I know he's just trying to steal it like that. That's the thing, David. He's trying to steal the thunder from us because he knows that the return of J-Man legit went down like a wet fart.
And probably he wants to steal some of my views too.
Oh yeah, but David, think about this. The return of J-Man's legit. The biggest thing that has happened to Rant and Rave in its history since probably, I don't know, episode 29, and the return of J-Man's legit, as I predicted, because he overexposed himself by being on all these streams, it went down like a wet fart.
Like
Like there was.
like Mr. Money, for example, whatever his YouTube channel is called.
Well, yeah, Mr. Money AD when he was on.
Yeah.
Hell, we got more. We like hell.
I want to
Mr.
see that YouTube thing, guys. So you burying him.
Yeah, like, but yeah, Jordan can't. Jordan. We had a discussion on Chilling with Jordy talking about because Jordan, like all of us have different philosophies of everything. Me and Tom have the idea of not only having fun but being the best. Because let's be real here, we're on YouTube. Not every single person, but the majority are here to get noticed, to get some type of fame, whether that's just minor fame, whether that's just and all that recognition. We're entertainers. All of us are entertainers. So the fact is that we are here to entertain, but we are also here to like be the best at what we do.
And also, Paige is in the chat. I just want to say we're all praying for your Paige during your
yes,
time.
and I know he's going to be live tonight. I will not I don't know if he's letting people come in, but I will be watching it back behind the scenes. Hey, how are you doing?
Yo.
Paige.
I'm looking forward to tonight's stream, by the way. I will be listening to it while I'm washing dishes.
Take a look here, Charlie.
Face the facts. When the original was done, you accidentally ended the stream, so technically it should be. No. The fact is that you just got to accept it. And we already talked about to other people that they believe that we should add both shows as a combined number, which we are. So basically, we're already at 700 views. We got back up to 700. So we are literally 750, not counting the extra stuff we've done, like the extra stuff promoting the Derek Drexel interview, doing a separate video on that.
Speaking of Drexel, it's actually his birthday today.
Yes, and let's wish Derek Drexel the very happy birthday. But that's the whole thing, you know. Michael, just accept the fact y'all lost. Y'all a bunch of amateurs. I have no qualms in saying this. The Hangman Howcast is the better show. We've been proving it for 6 weeks. We proved it for 5 straight weeks. And I will say this. Last week just proved my point that last week's victory was a fluke. I bet you my right nut that if David, Danny, and Randy West weren't on there, you would have been on your knees bowing down to us like you have been. We would have been 7-0. So let's just remember that y'all should be thanking. You should all be at the hands and feet of David 3000 and Danny Lewis, because without them and Randy West, you probably wouldn't have. You probably still would be on a losing streak. Let's see what other garbage Michael said.
It also doesn't help the fact that we have rant and rave people going on the Hangman Outcast once rant and rave is done.
Well,
yeah, why can't y'all be like us where we do both shows? We literally come on Rant and Rave to bury y'all and to try to boost y'all's ratings because, hey, we're the stars here, so we're trying to boost y'all's rating. But we don't come in. We're not like. Here's the thing. We don't like. We come in during the show because we run the show. We don't come in because our show's over. Let's go check out the Hangman Outcast. Let me come in there and try to bury Charlie. Let's be real here, Michael. You not only got buried by me yesterday, but you got buried by a woman, and that was my girl. So I don't think you can even live that down.
Do you want me to bring Michael on here, Charlie?
If he wants to come in, I've got 5 minutes. I can bury him in 2.
Paige, what was your reaction when Charlie accidentally ended the stream the first time?
Oh man, I didn't get a chance to see it yesterday, but when I heard about him, I'm like, oh god. Like, because I know Charlie has a thing for leaving like the stream randomly just so he can get a steak or something. I don't know, but he comes back and he ends the stream like 5 minutes in or so. Like, okay.
It was like 17 minutes in, so
yeah.
Well, 16 of those minutes you were probably thinking about your girl. So
oh god,
probably. Oh, here he is. There we go. Mr. Michael Marty Oreo boy. Hey, where's your master, Brandon Ballsack Martin?
Charlie. Your belt's still
What do you got
shrinking
to
every
say?
time you mess it up. Your belt's still
I
shrinking,
look at that
dude.
belt. Like, I think that's your ego every time you face off against me, because every time I put you in your place.
So said your Young Bucks personality.
My Young Bucks personality. Well, yes, you are correct, because every time you come in here, it's a super kick party, and I'm just super kicking your face left and right. I'm shocked you ain't disfigured by how many times I've super kicked your face.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
yeah?
Oh, yeah? Yeah.
Well,
You got
by the
anything
way,
to say,
David,
Michael?
thanks for the freebie win. David,
Yes,
thanks for letting me on.
thank. Oh, I
Thanks
thought
for
you were
having
talking
me
about
on,
thanking
David.
David for last week's victory. Yes, you should be thanking David. You should be acknowledging him as the real reason why y'all won.
hold on.
Absolutely not.
I want to clarify something. Since Paige is one of the experts here, Paige, do you think Ranking Waves should get a freebie this week for Charlie ending the stream by mistake and making it a two-parter?
What was the question again?
Should Ranking Wave get a freebie this week for Charlie ending the stream by mistake?
Technically, I would say no, because technical
Oh, come on,
difficulties.
Paige.
This
And
is
let's
the
not
thing.
forget.
Michael, this is what you need. This is what you need to understand, my dude. Technical
I'm just
difficulties.
based on the original one.
Technical difficulties are things that are going to happen along the way. You know, there's many times, especially in wrestling, there's many times where something has to be stopped because something went down. I remember there's one TNA show where they literally had to stop what was going on because the building was on fire.
Yes, I remember that. I think it was Hard Justice 2005.
So every now and then, like when we have these programs, like we do this stuff, like there's unpredictability. There's always that one.
Anything can happen live.
Anything can happen and anything can go wrong. That is an example of anything can go wrong. But the thing was, they picked up and continued the show. They still brought something to deliver. If they didn't bring something to deliver and they just said, fuck it, we're out. Oh, God, excuse my language, David, whatever. But then you guys would have gotten a freebie, no problem. You guys would have demolished them and you would have been 5-2. But they came back. They finished the show.
Yeah.
And let's not forget,
Show,
Michael.
I would be completely on your side, Michael. I would be completely 100% by your side. But they went and finished the show.
And that is the case of a great show. To when mistakes happen, they come right back swinging. And also, Michael, didn't y'all try to start early as well, like us? Did y'all try to start like an hour and a half early when y'all usually are promoted at 7 p.m. and all that? There was really no mention. I didn't even know y'all were live until I saw it on YouTube. So there was really no saying that, hey, we're going to have a special start time of this time. And all that. Y'all just started live. So let's be real here. Like y'all started an hour and a half early. So you literally had home field advantage against us, and you still lost, and lost embarrassingly too.
I actually didn't really get the picture like they went that, or if it was like a half an hour like before they had me Outcast, I would understand that. But way
Yeah,
longer,
or if they
why
had
was there
Sabu
no
early.
promotion for like the special start time?
First of all,
This is
hi, Brandon Bogard.
oh yeah,
Brandon
hi,
Bogard
Brand.
joined the stream. Second of all, I'm not doing this based off of combined stuff. I want the count to be like 5-2 instead of 6-1.
just like I said, everybody like the only people that are upset that y'all lost are y'all and Andrew, but Andrew is the biggest rant and rave suck up next to Jay Houston. So y'all, the only people that are upset about us losing.
But the thing was, and I hate to break David's like language. I hate to break it again, but I'm the EP of this program. I do whatever the fuck I want. But didn't he come back? Didn't like Jay Houston like 1 week was sucking up to Hangman Outcast, and now he's going back to sucking up to R&R, even though they just
Yeah.
lost for another week. What is wrong with that?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's great. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
so-
And yet David's
but like
still
I
the
said-
king of losing debates.
That we
Okay.
can agree on, Michael. I can at least give you that. Like that, one of all things that we disagree on, Michael, I can agree with you there, and I'm on your side with that. But the fact is, Michael, is that like let me spell it out for you so you understand. Rhett and Rave lost, and we won. Accept it and move on. You always have next week. But if we win next week, y'all are done, at least for round one, because David had the great idea about the whole 3-tier thing, but y'all are still going to have to come on the stream and acknowledge me as part of the stipulation of the Thursday Night Wars.
Wait, so there's this 3-tier thing. Oh my god, I'm so out of the loop. Oh god, what the?
3-tier,
David
more like
had
0
this-
tiers, in my opinion.
Well, and I'll spoil it for you. It's like a best out of 3. It's like Booker T and Chris Benoit back in WCW. But I'll give you a thing. There won't be a third round because just like this round, we're gonna win, and we're gonna win in decisive fashion. Because like I said, y'all didn't just lose to us this week. Y'all were embarrassed. Like we
You're
nearly
not Brock
tripled
Lesnar, are you?
your. What does that mean? Did I
Brock
give
Lesnar
you?
say you?
I embarrassed you. Yes, I embarrassed you like Brock Lesnar embarrassed most people. But we embarrassed y'all. There was like almost times 3 of how much we kicked y'all's ass. So yeah, you're gonna really need something big because J-Man's legit grand return went down like a wet fart. And let's be real here, Sabu. While I saw parts of that interview and it was good, let's be real here. All the eyes were on the real stars, and that was me, David, Tom, and Derek Drexel.
Well, you're really
So-
a copycat because R&R originally interviewed Derek Drexel, so you're a copycat.
Hey,
Charlie.
look. Yeah, but you know what? We did a better interview that didn't just have to resort to wrestling like y'all wrestling schmarks.
But here's the
Anyway.
thing, here's the thing, like Derek can show up wherever he wants to show up, and
Yes.
this is not
And
defending.
oh,
him.
and Derek.
Like, if Derek agreed to the deal, he agreed to the deal, and he committed to the deal that was made.
Yes, and let me also remind y'all, I don't know if he said this about Rant and Rave, because I'm assuming he didn't because he's never been back on Rant and Rave, but he's actually looking forward to being on again. You want to know why? Because we do better interviews. Like, we didn't start off the interview like every one of Brandon Mars. I'm sure that was the start-off question last night. Sabu, with COVID going on, how's it been dealing with this stuff? He even asked that on the Derek Drexel interview we did on David's stream. So I'm like thinking, you asked the most generic, boring question that you could ever do while we were asking, because he talked about wanting to be in a horror movie. I said, if you could be in a horror movie, who alive or dead would be your dream director? You know, stuff like that. Because again, we are multi-talented, unlike y'all monkey asses. Excuse me, David, but yeah, monkey asses.
I do get what
Dwayne
you're
Johnson, is
saying.
that you?
Dwayne Johnson, I have the same amount of talent as Dwayne Johnson compared to you, little boy. Even my girlfriend buried your ass on the stream, on your
First of all,
own
I'm
stream.
21 years old. Don't call me a little boy, Charlie.
You're 21. You look like you're 14, like David on Amigo. Hey,
You do look David's age, Michael. No offense, you do look David's age.
when you could grow chest hair and grow a goatee, then call me.
You need some facial hair, my dude. Grow some facial hair.
Michael, like I told you, you had the opportunity to be a part of the winning team and you blew it. You could have gotten David's spot, but you blew it. Just think about that. Now you're a part of a dying ship, and sooner or later
Brandon
the
made a
captain
much
is
better
going to
offer.
abandon ship.
Brandon made a much
Brandon
better
has a
offer.
better
I don't know what to
offer.
tell you.
Hey, you never heard of our offer. We have more better opportunities than
Well,
Brandon does. Because let's be honest here.
Here's the thing, sorry. If you were going to get him an offer, you should have done it while you asked. Just saying.
Yeah, but I wanted to see how well pay attention to his body language to see how his interest level was. I wanted to see if he wanted to stick around with losers or be with winners. Because, like I said, regardless of what we lost last week, think of it, 6-1. That's still not a good. Rand Rave can brag about how they got their first victory, which props to them. But that's still embarrassing compared to since Rant Rave has been around for almost 2 years, and yet they're pretty much being made the Hangman Outcast's bitch every single week.
I'm gonna
Rand Rave's
sign off.
established brand.
I'm signing off. David, pleasure as always. It's 5-2 Hangman Outcast. Deal with it.
It's 6-1. Go cry on a river.
Yeah, it's 6-1. Like he just you want to know, like this is why Hangman Outcasts will always win, because of the fact that I've called the Rant and Rave podcast the kindergarten classroom.
I like your Charlie.
I love Rant and Rave. Tom the Troll. Anyway, but Rant and Rave, or what was I going to say? Rant and Rave is the kindergarten classroom, and Hangman Outcast is the college fraternity. That's how I say it. And case in point, I roasted poor old Michael, and what'd he do? He went crying back to the kindergarten classroom. Teacher, he made fun of me. So yeah, what he say? Tom will make a sense out of this. Oh, you poor fool! He's trolling you. You don't even know it.
I wouldn't have even said anything about. I wouldn't even say anything about. I would let him just figure it out himself.
I know. I just want to point out, because I'm thinking, oh my God, Michael, you I don't know who's more inexperienced. Well, actually, I can't even say David. David's more experienced than you in terms of this stuff. I've
been doing Rant and Rave since 2019, so there you go.
Yeah, and think about it that way. October, they're hitting their second year, and yet, like I already know. Like I said, one day I do believe we could even conquer both of us. But right now, I am confident that we would get our asses handed to us by both of us. I will not. I'm right now, but I give it about a year or two. We will take over. We will be the premier show every single week.
You are starting to climb into both of territory. You are starting to climb into it.
Yeah, because I'm going to say this right now. Rant and Rave ain't the first show that of a channel that had over 1,000 subscribers that we conquered beforehand. The Hangman Outcast actually conquered a channel that had about the same amount as Rant and Rave. They've been doing it a lot longer than Rant and Rave. And because back then it wasn't me and Tom, but I conquered them. And the fact is, so I already have experience conquering bigger shows with more experience. So like I said, the fact is that, it's just like I said, we're in the monopoly, and I'm buying out all the people and selling them for twice the profit, because I have to rebuild them, of course. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna have to get back into work. It's a pleasure as always, Paige. I look forward to your stream tonight, and like I said, I will keep you in your thoughts about everything. With that being said, guys, I will catch y'all later. Y'all have a great stream, and y'all have a good day. Take care.
See you, Charlie. And join Super there soon, since we want to talk to you. But what stream are you planning to do tonight on your return?
I'm gonna be honest. I've kind of fled from my parents at the moment. So I got this nice little space to myself. It's pretty comfortable. I can do whatever I need to, at least for a few days or so. So I'm gonna take advantage of this opportunity, do some streams, bringing back the cold open for a little bit tonight, because some things I'm going to talk about, because a lot has happened in the past 2 weeks, and oh my god, I feel like it feels like it's been a month ever since I've been gone, but it's only been like 2 or 3 weeks. But lots going on. I'm not going to talk about that so much. I'm going to talk about more some stuff that's going online because there's a lot of stuff going on in the community. Cold Open for the most part was dedicated to the Thursday Night Wars, so I'm keeping that theme somewhat, but I'm going to target some more different things. Like I think the main two things I want to talk about are promotion and sponsorships because those have been on my mind, and I think we can join. And I might bring in some people for a little bit. We might have some fun. It depends on the vibe that's going on that night. I can't say I'm going to act 3 hours from now. It just kind of depends on the vibe of the night and what's going on.
So it's gonna be at 8 p.m. or what time are you going live?
Yeah, 8 p.m. 8 p.m.
All right. What? Oh yeah. Petra answered that question. But I think sponsorships will actually help. Certain streams you're doing right now.
Like that's the one thing that like Jordan was saying that like I was disagreeing on in a lot of ways was the idea of sponsorships. I think that I think Rant and Rave didn't have the right sponsor, and I do think having the right or wrong sponsor can make a difference. I do believe that, but I don't think that sponsorship. But I feel like Jordan thinks that sponsorships are a bad idea for Rant and Rave, and that's where I disagree. I completely disagree with him because I think a sponsorship would help them immensely, especially if they get a sponsorship from like a website that they can sell their merch on. That would be such a big opportunity for the program. But it's like Jordan. My thing, I got no issue with Jordan. Like Jordan's a cool dude. I disagree with him on a lot of shit, but I have no issue with the dude. I don't wish death upon. I don't wish ill upon him or anything like that. Like far from that. We just disagree on a lot of stuff. And the idea of he does stream. He doesn't see the business point of streams, and that's where like a lot of our disagreements come into play. He doesn't understand the business aspect of streams. He doesn't understand the idea of selling himself, selling his brand. He doesn't understand these kind of concepts.
Agreed.
And if you're gonna be in the stream business, the podcast business, or whatever you're doing, if you're gonna have a podcast, you need to understand marketing. You need to understand marketability, the ability to market yourself, the ability to display yourself and to sell yourself, because you never know who's gonna be watching the other end, and you might know it could lead to bigger and better things down the road. And that's the one thing that oh my god, if I could just punch that into Jordan's head, I just would. Because he needs to understand that aspect of marketing and selling.
Yes, because that will also help the views as well. And even here's another idea: if you're gonna sell stuff, I mean they have Brinkbuster tees, but they don't promote the business of Brinkbuster tees. And if they're going to do something like that, they should have a thing where shoutouts come and do a little shout out if you buy this merch of Rant and Rave logo or Shorty Geico or something, if someone buy that, they should get a shout out on the show and get an award for that. More than
no, about it. Interactivity. Definitely, I think there's some interaction we needed, and we got a guest. Oh, okay.
Hello there, Emo.
All right.
Blue. Is that
we got Blue School's hat? How nice.
Yeah, I've had that for since I was this small, since I was a baby.
So it still fits you pretty well.
So it's the old version. I see. But yeah. So back to what we're saying. If they're gonna have something to sell, like Brinkbuster tees, they should have something that would give people an award like Patreon. would do, if you know what I mean, Paige.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could see that. Like, I do think that, like that's the one thing. Like I said with Jordan. Like, I got no issue with Jordan. Like, I don't hate Jordan, nothing like that. But like, he just needs to understand, like, the marketing behind being in being in podcasting and being in streaming. Like, he needs to understand that idea that you're no matter what, like when you're doing a stream, you're selling something to people. You're selling, like, no matter what it is. It could be just your ideas or your opinions, but you're selling those to someone. You're
Yeah.
selling just something so small across to somebody. And that's one thing, like, I really am gonna like really talk about tonight is, like, sponsorships and promotion, because like those are like the two big things that I know, especially with today, that we've kind of been talking about: sponsorships, promotion.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I just have so many thoughts on this, from at least from my experiences with both and other things, that it's a topic that can go into much bigger and broader discussions.
Yeah. And do you have any sponsors like for your channel? Like,
You can still get your Rogue Energy using the code
yes.
Live Uncut at checkout. And that season 3 Live Uncut will be happening some point this summer. Date to be determined.
Now, as for the Rogue Energy, does that company make the show or the shows better or something? Does it do anything?
I would say no, but mainly because I'm lazy with the promotion myself. So I really just
Yeah.
don't focus on like that sponsorship so much, and because it was like it's the definition, and it's the definition of, honestly, of just a bottom of the barrel sponsor, because all you have to do is literally just sign up and you'll get it. You don't really have to do that much to get the Rogue Energy sponsorship. Heck, if I could do it, you could do it, David. Like, just have the checkout
Yeah.
code Chilling3. Just have the checkout code Hangout. Just have the checkout code be Chill3000. Like, it's just that simple of, like, of a sponsorship. It's like that basic.
Yes. And who knows? Maybe Rating could do something like that, but I doubt they would. Um, because they could get some money off that, but that's a different topic, which it'll
Mm-hmm.
be tonight on Paige's stream, which I'll
Mm-hmm.
definitely look into. Because here's another suggestion. Now, you've seen Paige talk about wrestling all the time on streams and like on show streams, basically. And with the discussions of wrestling he has on show streams, I don't see much of it as he does on Ranking Rave. If you know what I'm getting at.
I do think that the wrestling could go in Rave more, especially because they have the TNA. They have the TNA logo for that show. Like, wrestling is knocking on the door. It's like that girl that won't shut. It's like that one girl who's just so upset she won't shut up. Like, it's right on the door. You just gotta bring it in and let it happen. Like, I think it would be much. I do think that if they focused more on wrestling instead of grade levels and time links and all this other kind of stuff, if they talk about what happened on the program and how it's going to impact what's going to go on for the next 3 or 6 months, that would make a much different. That would make for a much different and a much more lively discussion than Andrew Hawking over here going, "Oh, well, this match was a quickie." Like,
Yeah, that's his favorite word, right?
Yeah.
oh man, like he loves that word. Oh man.
Just like
Yeah.
how I love Atlanta, the state of that. This is how I say it. Georgia.
Oh yes. But actually, I am planning to. I was actually talking with Charlie earlier, and at the beginning of the stream also, I was thinking I should host like another Ranking Rate panel stream, but this time with the full Ranking Rate crew, because the one that Charlie did on his channel last week or two, it didn't have the full Ranking Rate crew. I don't think Brent Martin showed up, so I think in the near future I will host a Rant You Rave panel, and we can discuss what can make Rant You Rave even better with more of the format. Because with them talk now, yes, it is they can like talk about other stuff like news and all that, but they need to talk about the theme uh, topics of the show. And uh, with the Rate and Rate panel stream I might have in the near future, which I won't be doing it tomorrow or this weekend because for one, I have the Bumming 5, and two, I going out of town. Um,
Yeah, yeah. Don't do it this. Don't do it this weekend. Like
yeah,
especially because like we just had a stream about fixing the Rant and Rave podcast like not even a couple weeks ago. So like
yeah,
don't even like as much as like we want to make stuff better, I think like we need to kind of slow down on the talking about it because it's kind of starting to get maybe a little oversaturated. Um,
hmm
but we just got to kind of see how things will kind of work out. I do think that if you want to do that, like do it maybe in a few weeks or so, maybe
yeah,
like for episode number 10 or so of Chilling3000 Hangouts, like special 10th
yeah,
episode. Um,
yeah.
because
I'll
I do need to kind of return to my EP position. And I'm going to I will be back. I'll be continuing doing what I'm doing, especially behind the scenes, watching this program and seeing where you can get better, David. I've kind of been
yeah.
slacking in my position, but I do watch. I do watch. I am here.
What's this? You most serious something.
This is like the first look at the Paw Patrol movie, which I'm dying to see this year. I thought we were like going to get an actual trailer for it, but the only close thing we got to a trailer was a little teaser from the Kids' Choice Awards, and like these are just photos of our first look at it.
Oh well. Does it say? Does it say when it will be released?
I know that the movie will be released August 20th.
So, here. This was announced back on May 3rd, so yeah, August 20th. So, let's see how this movie goes when it comes out. But back to what I was saying. I'll probably have that planned for episode 10 because I think that'll be a good way for the 10th episode. So, now, as for when episode 10 will be, according to the schedule for this, so let me actually look this up. Oh yes, episode 10 says May 22nd, which I think is a good day. But however, I will have to check with the Rent and Rave crew to see if they're available. It doesn't even have to be happen that day. We could do another Friday if I really wanted to. But it could be either on that day, even an early time, uh, whenever the full Rent and Rave crew, or even you, Paige, and Charlie, we could probably do something about that for episode 10.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll probably have that be on that day. And you're more than welcome to talk about it on your stream tonight if you want, because that's kind of part of the theme.
Mm-hmm.
So there you have it. That is going to be the plan. And also, as for next week, or actually tomorrow, episode 9 will be tomorrow, because I'm actually planning to have a guest on by the name of my friend Tyre, who is part of the network community, and also he was actually on the Bubbly 5 for a cameo last week. So he'll be on, and I'll try to get some other people from my Bubbly 5 crew to come on as well and have some fun, and we'll see how it goes with the episode. Um, and speaking of episodes, episode 82 of Rant and Rave, what do you have to say about the Ranking West interview page? Because I know you were interested in this.
I enjoyed the I enjoyed the Randy West interview. I really did. You guys got my question wrong, but I enjoyed the interview. Um,
Yes.
because my question was because in the production of the Weakest Link, Randy West would later go on in many books to say how he didn't think that he needed to see a taping, he didn't need to see an episode of the show to understand the show. Be- but the producers really insisted on that for him because they said it's different from everything that you've known, and he went on in later interviews to say that it was.
Mm-hmm.
So my question was, what was so different to him about it?
Um.
That was my
Okay.
question that you guys didn't ask. You guys asked relatively close, but you guys missed the mark on the question. But
Um.
nonetheless, Mark, it was still a really good. It was still a good interview. I liked it. I liked watching it. Um.
Yes. Running West is a very nice person, and I mean, the only one thing I would say to Brennan is that I mean the questions were great, but I wanted him to speak a little bit more because I kind of saw he was a little bit quiet, and I was actually like doing most of the talking, unfortunately. Um, but I think if Brian wanted to speak a little bit more, I think it would have done a little bit better. No offense, just vice chessing for Brian in the future, which especially with Jordan back, he needs to have that out to sell feel still, even with Jordan
Mhm.
back, which I think that's another idea you should have for your stream. Um, but yeah, Rain West, having him on last week, which I still actually can't believe we still did that. Um, but anything else you want to give your thoughts on the interview?
No, it was solid. It was a solid interview. I think it probably should have taken the whole show. I think if it took the whole show and they didn't go through the normal R&R protocol, I think it would have been a much better program holistically. Like that's the thing with Brandon. Brandon, he needs to learn to be able to be able to always
Martin,
have a
right?
different script.
Hmm. And even with the Rick and Morty interview, that was the whole show.
Mm-hmm. Like that's the thing. Like that's the one thing when it comes to doing streams. Always be able to come up with a different script. Don't give people the impression that it's the same thing every week. Don't give people that same impression.
Yeah.
I felt a little bit of it. It was kind of like the same impression. Like he needs to learn how to change the script up. Like let's do this versus this. Let's see, can we incorporate this into a segment and then maybe do this next segment? Instead of it having kind of being like, okay, we guys have 3 topics, we're going to talk about them. That's going to be that. You guys are going to enjoy the next 2 hours. Like, no, be some spontaneous. It's a podcast. It's a podcast, and you're having a guest on for an interview. Like, let that interview take the portion of let the interview take the part of the show. Like, let the interview be the show, especially when that's what you're putting in the title. Like, you put
Yes.
the Sabu thing in the title, but for the most part, it felt like it was just Jordan being there, being Jordan. Um,
I was actually surprised you were watching, but
So like little things like that make the big difference. Like if Sabu doesn't show up until like 30 minutes into the program, like
mhm.
what's the point of it like this being part of the program? Especially when this can be marketed as a separate thing. Like it's the little things like that you got to think about when doing a show.
Yeah, because I mean, I understand with the topics. Topics are fun for me, but the thing is, it needs to be around this. It needs the theme of the show. It needs to be around that theme. So,
And
um, but I gotta say, uh, Bremar, there's one thing that I keep saying all the time, and I think nobody gives him that much credit. Is the booking. Uh, is the booking power Brent has. Like he needs to have that much credit because if I was to Brand Martin's shoes, I don't wouldn't even know how to book interviews like the one, the Ricky Martin one, the forgot the other legend he had, but like there's so many legends that he had on the show. Like we need to
Mm.
have Brand Martin a lot of credit for that. And also another thing we should give him a lot of credit for is to work so hard on the show, not only with the absence of his work, but also with Jordan's absence. Like he was working so hard on the show to keep it going, and also along with trying to get out of his cell. Um, I think we should get out, but I think we should give him a lot of credit for that as well. Because without Brandon Martin, with the work he has done, not just Brandon Martin himself, but actually the main work he puts in the show, like with the Brand Buster team, and the booking, the interviews, and what he wants to have in the show, there won't be no Ranking Rave. So I gotta give him a lot of credit for that. And my suggestion, as well as for next time, um, if you want to start the show early, before 8 p.m., do it around. See what time should be good. Around 7:15 or 7:30. Around there. Do you
Mm.
agree?
I actually would have gone 7 o'clock. I actually would have gone 7 o'clock
I
just
was gonna
because you.
say, yeah, like do 7. Like, where are we getting?
Yeah, I would have gone seven
Or
o'clock
or
or 7:30. That way you have a little bit of kind of evenness to it. 7:15 feels
I
too.
wouldn't agree on 7:30, but
or actually, like with 6 o'clock. I mean, nah, that's a little bit too much. I think yes, 7 o'clock. I think that's a good time because and now like I kind of saw that they were a little bit bored like with the like for 4 hours and doing it like for 3 hours. I think that actually fits more because doing a 4 hour program that's a little bit too much.
They did a
To,
4 hour program,
but they started at 6 last week and the
and
show went for 4 hours.
that's what I'm saying. They did it a 4 hour program. I'm like, oh my god, like that's another thing. Don't do a 4 hour program. Don't do it.
Yeah,
Like, like, and I find it funny. Like Jordan did a 4 hour program the other day when like he was always telling me like don't do stuff above 2 hours. Like it's kind of funny how he told me that like some point last year, and like he's over here doing a 4 hour stream like that. Like, dude, don't like no, like don't do that. Like because the thing is, like after like that second hour or like that or even that third hour, sometimes like there's gonna be eventually just a drag,
yeah,
and this is coming from someone who's done 7 hour, 8 hour streams. There's gonna be that little drag, and it's tired.
yeah. Uh, I could tell with the 3 hour part too because
Like
I mean if we're gonna do something like that, make sure you actually have segments throughout the night. Just saying. If it's a chill stream without any segments, I'm back in the chat. Hold the chat. Without segments, if we're gonna do a 7 hour stream without segments, that'll be boring after the 3 hour mark. Because I tried streaming on Twitch. I think a time ago, like for I don't know 3.5 hours. I don't remember, but after 3 hour mark, I was just like, I want to stream. I want to end during without these segments. But how the chart was just giving out ideas, kind of mostly for video stream, but also for what Wave can work, and also our thoughts on that on the Fallout. Um,
mhm.
but did you saw my trailer by the way? I did. Okay.
Which one?
The one for week 7 of the
I
Ghost
don't
Hunters.
think I did. Can take a look at it. Of course, but
Uh,
buddy, YouTube Cloud's gonna promote us trailer. So let's take a look.
uh,
I like how when I search your name, the first thing that comes up is the best of 2020 video.
But I gotta say, it took me all day to edit that video. I'm not gonna
Mm.
lie. Especially with the computer I have right
Yeah.
now.
And, oh wow, you played Lightspeed. Oh wow.
Oh yes, I decided to
I
do
saw
that.
you playing. I saw you playing Whammy the other day, and part of me was a little disappointed you didn't use my copy, the one that I gave you.
Oh,
But
I just kind of forgot about that, but still, I'll do it next
mhm.
time.
But it
Oh,
is
hold on,
nice to see you
sorry.
playing some Flash games. I will give you that. You're playing some Flash games, so that's pretty nice. And you
Yeah.
bought the Pressure Look board game. How nice. Um,
Yes, and hello there, Jeffrey. My next Outcast companies are coming. Well, I actually had a half day of school today. That's why I'm doing this stream mostly of our Friday edition, and haven't got a chance to. And I'll probably work on it while listening to Page's stream tonight. So,
so are you talking
um,
about the hype video? Are you talking about the hype video that you did, or?
no, Charlie's talking about the Hemi Outcast 1 year compilation highlights that
Oh
he
no!
posted.
Oh no! But like we were talking about. No, you were talking about some trailer earlier.
Yeah, it's on my it's for week 7.
Okay. So is it Thursday Night Wars week 7 or is it Hangman Outcast?
It's Thursday Night Wars week 7 that I did.
Thursday Night Wars week 7. Okay, I see hype video. I see. Is it so? Is it the hype video that you did on your channel? Is it the hype video on Charlie's channel?
It's the hype video on my channel.
Okay, so
That's
okay,
the
we have a
trailer.
minute and 5 seconds. So he's fast. He's to the point. Let's take a look. Okay, David 3000 intro. The first four, they all look angry. Then David's over here looking like, oh, hey guys, it's David. Okay, we got some baseball, so this seems like a typical David video. David throwing his headset. Oh my god. Okay, so that was interesting. I thought we were gonna. I thought it was gonna be David talking for 60 seconds, but no, far from it.
Yes, it was a trailer thing I
Yeah.
decided to. And
At least the hype videos. I want to. I haven't watched any of the hype videos, believe it or not, but I want to believe the hype videos are getting better. I want to believe it, but in reality, like you guys need to learn how to be like, okay, guys, this week is no edition of Thursday Wars. This week on the Hangman Outcast, we got this, that. Welcome back, and we hope to see you tonight on the Hangman Outcast. Like it should be short, sweet, to the point. Like, hey, got like what's going on, guys? Hangman Charlie here. I'm glad you guys are back here with another video. So sorry, tonight we got another stacked edition of the Hangman Outcast. We got this. Hope to see you there. 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock is 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock. Simple to the point. It gets people hyped. Maybe some rock music in the background. Something get the blood pumping a little bit.
yes, that hype videos are fun to do. And Torn says he doesn't make the hype videos because he is the hype. And I'm just like, you're missing out the fun, Jordan. Like seriously.
If he was the hype, then last week's R&R completely burned out. The hype was burned out, so I disagree with that.
Yeah, Jordan. But still. But yeah, I think I put that baseball one in there just for giggles because the Houston Nationals cheese candle and stuff like that. To have that fighting feel. Because we're going at to just see who is the better podcast then It looks to me right now as the Hammer Outcast, and I think with uh, paint, the show you're doing tonight might help. But we'll see what. If he's the hype, if he's the hype, then explain that.
Oh man.
Yeah, he got pretty burned.
Yeah.
But then again, like he had streamed for like a whole week. So it's like after that week, you know, after that week, like you can any hype for you coming back was already kind of derailed because you're already back. If you've been streaming for like every day this week, like every day for like a week, then yeah, the hype for you to return is dead. It's not there because you've already been back here for like a week or so. So it's like, oh, here he is again.
Yeah. Okay. Here I am. I don't know what happened there, but yes, I did hear what you were saying. Um, I don't know, but
like that's and I hate to say it, and I hate to keep saying it,
oh,
but
here's
Jordan
one.
just doesn't understand business. But here he is.
Freaking! Oh no! Hold on. It's freaking! I swear to God.
What happened there? What happened there, Jordan?
Okay. I don't know what is up with these headsets, but I'm gonna be like Arthur's like, doggone it, like Cirrus, like get off the street. Anyway.
Oh God.
Anyway, so haven't heard from you in a while, Paige. How are you doing? Are you doing okay? Is that meaningful?
Well,
You know?
Just living life, leaving parents, but oh well.
Yeah.
But
Listen, I want to say I'm sorry for what's going on. You know, I'm just gonna leave it at that, just so we're clear.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Not any of you guys' fault. So, not anybody's. Well, I can't say it's not anybody's fault. There's a lot of people's fault involved in this, I would say. But it is what it is now.
For once, it ain't my fault. For once.
I mean, I will give you that. You didn't cause complete wreckage over my life.
I did make an impact on it though. I'll that's one thing.
well, you were saying you're at the hype torn, but last week or last night, oof.
Dude. I don't care about the views, man. I mean, the thing is, we were able to get over 200. I don't consider that failure.
I will give it credit to him for ending the stream with 150%. Oh, that reminds me. YouTube decided to take away some views on Brandon's stream last night.
Wait, what?
Yes, he was at 244, and now it's down to 229. I'm not making this up.
Oh, you've got to be.
I'm not making this up. That reminds me.
That is YouTube for you. Because YouTube does that. Because YouTube will do that to my subscribers. So like that's just the world of YouTube. Because one moment I'll have like 230, next moment I'll have like 240, next moment I'll be down like 225. Like it's weird. Well, like YouTube just loves to mess with its out. Like YouTube's algorithm just messes up a lot.
They're becoming more, they're more real than the Montreal screw job. I'm not gonna lie when I say that, because their algorithm is so out of kilter. Like they need to fix that up, but no, they don't want to fix it up. They just want to mess with you. That's their way of wanting to troll with you, because it's bad enough we deal with YouTube trolls, but now we got to deal with trolls that are within the company of YouTube.
Yeah, and here's proof that they took it away. It was at 244 to 244, and now down to 229. Like seriously, like. And now I just checked, and it's back up to, let me see, 241.
Yeah.
So it's back to where it was, but it's not up to that point.
I haven't even looked at my view count in like weeks. It's been a while.
By the way, I want to point this out right now, and I'm not going to give a shout out to anybody, because I think this would be because, I mean, she hasn't been around here, like doesn't know anything about us. But I will say though, this person I know on YouTube, she's actually prepared a stream. Get this, fellas, at 1 p.m. at the first day of 2022.
Really?
Like I'm like in my head, wait, why that long? But then again, I realize it could be just her, putting the schedule by accident like that. Because if I were to prepare a stream for that, for everyone to wait that long, I mean, I'd be keeping a lot of people waiting.
Okay, that's a Saturday. I found out.
Well, I think that's more of a hype kind of thing, like, because I think that like she's probably hyping something for like for like this extended period of time, which is something like which nowadays it's rare to see something like, especially in wrestling, it's rare to see something getting hyped for so long. But whenever like it happens, like there's usually, I think that there's some long term kind of payoff that's gonna happen there.
Oh yeah.
If they're if they're set to stream.
Speaking of wrestling, in regards to talking, me and my dad were actually, with somebody, thanks to a mutual friend we know, not to name drop, but I will say though, the guy who we were with, who I can name drop, is known as the Jamco, and he, and get this, he's from the UK, and nobody that we know, David, knows him. But I will say though, he's a very good, host. I mean, and I actually even said some things about the state of wrestling here in the present, and I did not hold back when it comes to the present. And no, I did not rant. So we're clear. And this was during my temporary exile, when I was away from R&R and everybody else. But the point is, I did not hold back the truth of how I feel about how the business is going in regards to AEW or WWE. I told the truth in regards to their booking system. AEW's booking system is very, very terrible, and that the WWE's creative, system is very, bad in its own right. So, I mean, if you want to learn and hear more of it, you can check it out. I'll put the link to that certain podcast, maybe on the live chat if I still have my mod, wrench in. That way you can hear me and my dad, talk. And by the way, this came out like maybe 2 weeks, maybe last week. And it was a taping from, that we did last month that got put on Spotify just recently.
Another thing you should use for podcasting is Anchor, but I think that's
Well, this
Spotify.
individual like Jamco, he likes Spotify, and I think if that works for him, it works for him.
Well, you
Yes.
can distribute to Spotify through Anchor, because that's what Danny did for a while. You can use Anchor to distribute to Spotify, so it doesn't really.
Yeah, and also if you can also put on the Apple Podcast as well with Anchor, which I think.
Oh yeah, you can ask him that. No problem.
Wait, huh?
Brandon wants to ask you something.
Oh, go ahead. Oh,
I did it in the private chat. The new Wipeout on TBS. Have you seen it, David?
I actually seen some of it, but with the
John Cena.
yes, I see some of it. But I haven't been watching it recently because I've been working with a lot of stuff, especially this week. This week I had a doctor's appointment and going out of town recently. Um, here we go. Wow, Charlie decided to promote the Hammer Outcast on my stream. Beautiful.
You could always take his wrench away and just put him in timeout just for craps and giggles, and after his timeout is over, you could just give him back his mod wrench again.
I'll say.
What did I say? Email.
I'll say this. When I was guest hosting on Ran Rave, I did talk about this. I gave my kind of review on that new Wipeout. The grade I still gave that show. It's still a solid C.
Wow, we're doing grade levels again. I thought we're done with that.
Well, I apologize, but let me.
It's okay. I'm just busting your balls. It's okay.
The thing with grade levels is just it wasn't so much that you guys were doing grade levels. It was more so the person delivering the grade levels.
Okay, I'll give
Yeah.
I'll give you that, but still, I don't bash. I mean, the thing is, what's done is done. And
That's
plus,
not even me bashing it. Me bashing would be saying the dude's fucking boring as shit. That's me bashing the dude. But
well,
like
yeah,
if
that oh, that's true.
like if I'm just saying like, oh, like he just doesn't do a great job with grade levels, like that's not me bashing. That's just me saying how I feel about the situation, like how I feel about it. Because like for me to bash him, that it would lead to me actually trying to find a way to hurt him. And that's not me trying to hurt him. That's just me saying, hey, I think that you shouldn't do this. Not so much a great idea.
Yeah.
Like
sorry.
like the thing with Andrew is like he doesn't have like it's the delivery that lots of times that's the one area I think he really lacks at. Well, he lacks at a few areas, but delivery is one because lots of times he sounds too straight. He sounds too much like he sounds too much like plain Cheerios.
So what do you want him to sound like? You want him to sound gay instead of straight?
It would give a little bit more context. He'd be like, "Hey guys." It would like see if he did that, people would pay attention. People would pay attention to that, and people they might have a little laugh, they might have a little whatever, but then they seem more like, "Hey
Hi
guys,
guys,
we're
how
going
you
to talk about
doing?
NXT." Like you see the different like level of context there versus, "Hey guys, we're going to take a look at NXT. This match was a quickie." Like.
Well, he can deliver on the quickie part. That's one thing he could do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my!
But
I hate to go back, or sorry to go back on the subject, but that wasn't where I was going. My part was with Wipeout, and there is still one thing I'm not too much a fan of.
mm-hmm.
The two hosts together and most of the editing.
Oh.
Now, Camille, like I can't believe I'm going through this again, but heck, what heck, that's what's wrong with me. Camille, she's a good Jill Wagner. I put her as the second best third member of the Wipeout team. So that's like my ranking. Number 1, Jill Wagner. Number 2, Camille.
Give me a few minutes, guys.
Okay.
Camille, I forgot what her last name was. And number 3, Vanessa Lachey. Even while I do like Camille, I cannot say the same for Nicole or John Cena.
Mm-hmm.
Because with Anderson and Henson, this is where I think both Cena and Breyer are missing the point. On the original Wipeout, you had when you're watching it on screen, you had on your left the sportscaster, the one who did at ESPN. Did I say that right?
I don't know, to be honest.
All right. He did sportscasting, trying to keep the game going, keep it all on the contestants, while dealing with the guy on the right, John Henson's antics and all. That's what John Anderson and Henson were like. One was the sportscaster, one was the comedian trying to make things silly. With Nicole Breyer and John Cena, on the other hand, I can't tell who's trying to be who. At one point, they're both trying to be Anderson, and next thing you know, and they then try to be Henson, and in most cases, they mostly try to be John Henson. It's like, make up your mind, who's supposed to be who? On top of that, it gets worse. Even during the first contestant, I noticed this. They went to the first obstacle. and after one contestant did the first obstacle, the next contestant all of a sudden is doing, or the same contestant is doing the final obstacle. They're skipping like parts of the show that we're supposed to be viewing. The show is called Wipeout, and you're skipping all of that. When what for? Oh, like you're gonna make the wipeouts into music videos or memes or GIFs or other editing bull crap that this show does not need. And on top of that, it even happens during the wipeout zone, the most important final round. We all know that. No, like all jokes aside, we're supposed to take the wipeout zone very seriously. They do not take it very seriously. It's like after like a contestant falls in the wipeout zone, it'll cut to both John Cena and Nicole Byer making jokes, not taking anything seriously. And these jokes will probably last longer to a point where you're like, okay, can we get back to the contestant? Chop. That's the problem with this version of Wipeout. They interrupt the most important aspects of the show due to their obsessions with the two hosts and freaking editing choices. So
Yeah, I can agree with that. Like with the old version, like when the contestant, falls, like let's say, let's just in a private chat. Oh, okay. Um, like when the uh the old version, um, like for some reason, when like let's say it's the second part of the obstacle, like the big balls, for example. When they fall, they go to another contestant that's at the final part of the course. And I've seen that before, and I think you can agree with me on that email.
yeah,
But
why are you skipping the next obstacle after the big balls? Well, why are you just jumping to the conclusions? You just going to the final obstacle, like, hello.
yeah, like isn't like going in order, is that supposed to like make it more exciting? Because if you're just gonna skip, people won't get the other obstacles. Like, what if something funny happened at the beginning, or just or just anything in general, and they skip that part and just go to the next part? Like, I understand if it's 24. Like, hold on, how many contestants are on my about this version again?
In this particular version, I'm
Yeah,
guessing just like the original, there's 20. Well, there's actually no, there's 12 duo teams. That's the difference between the original Wipeout and this one. This version actually has more duo teams than the original. The original is mostly just focusing on single individuals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
yeah, like um, with 24 contestants, I mean, if they say we're gonna have 24 contestants, we don't see the full obstacle course from all 24 contestants from the first round, especially. And I think, like from now on, they should like capture the whole uh obstacle course run from all the contestants. What if one of the contestants is at home and they only see like the big balls and that's it, like not the full run, because like that is something I don't get, because they should definitely capture the whole course run from all contestants, because that will make it better, I believe.
And with this version, they don't want to do that. They don't want the funny to depend on the falls. They want the editing to be the funny.
I prefer no. I actually like Ninja Warrior. Not gonna lie.
Ninja Warrior is much more athletic. It takes much more physical endurance for Ninja Warrior than it would for Light Dot.
It is, but at the same time, when it comes to Our American Ninja Warrior on NBC, like they do tend to like do a lot of editing thing, like fast forwarding competitors. Not all the competitors, believe it or not, get shown. A lot of them get cut completely. And heck, I remember this one obstacle from season 11 called the Angry Birds.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was a sponsored obstacle. You can guess which movie they were trying to sponsor with that obstacle.
Mm-hmm.
22 people took on that obstacle. It was the 8th obstacle after the salmon ladder. And nobody completed it.
Wow.
All 22 failed. And the cutoff point was the 8th obstacle out of all 10 obstacles on the course.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to deal with some things. I know some people are talking trash in the chat saying that John Cena is my favorite wrestler. Look here. My favorite wrestler is AJ Styles, Charlie. Get your facts right.
Dad, tell Bremar to have it booked for Rent Wave. If he ever gets contact, of course.
With AJ Styles? Not a bad idea if he's ever off if he's no longer contracted with WWE. I mean, I'd take it.
I was about to say, yeah, I think that would have to run through WWE first, which
that is seemingly unlikely because going through their system is like finding a needle in a haystack.
Oh.
No, that's your favorite. No, that's your favorite wrestler, Charlie, not mine.
I can probably see that because he's like Kevin Nash is like the bad guy, so I can probably see why Charlie, because Charlie always seems like bad guys and all different things. But that's just me. But
wait. Hold on, Jerome just said if P1 or Jordy complete loss levels first on Famicom, your loss. Wait a minute. What if we both do complete Famicom in like the page, like you and me, we were to complete the Famicom, but if he had the but if we both did it, wouldn't that mean he would want to face us in Pressure Luck instead of Card Sharks?
Oh man.
I don't know about that.
It would make sense because then it would be 3 of us. But
I don't think Jerome's ever played Pressure Luck, which is kind of easy. Don't get me wrong. All you gotta do is tell the person to stop. That's all. Just don't hit the whammy.
All you gotta do is hit a button. That's all you gotta do.
Not quite, but they're close. It's not you gotta tell the person to stop. You gotta tell the board. You gotta press the button and the board stops.
I know that, but because the host would be hosting, they'd have to press the button for us.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wait, if anyone else records themselves completing loss levels on the Famicom, they'll be able to challenge me to this Card Sharks over you.
Okay, so Jerome, I think, has played.
You know what? I'll see what I can do. I'll have to get an emulator, but still, might prove interesting.
Yes.
And no, I cannot use the Super Nintendo version of it because that would be cheating.
Why
Super Nintendo version of what?
The Super Mario All Stars. When they did lost levels.
Oh, sorry.
I can't. Yeah, I can't use that because it's cheating. Because he's talking about the Super Famicom, he's talking about the Famicom version in Japan, not the one that they put in the like the new engine-based type thing for Super Mario All Stars.
Yeah.
Because hold on, you know what?
Sorry, crying.
Hold on, you know what? I got a better idea.
Oh wait. Jordan.
Oh yeah, I know that. I know it's the wrong game engine. I get that. That's what I was talking about. I mean, I can't do that. I can't do that version of the Super Mario All Stars version of it because that'd be cheating. I have to use the original, like the original version of the Famicom, and not the Super Nintendo version.
All Stars use the Mario game engine.
Oh.
Um,
Anyway, but here's the thing: if you try to use Super Mario All Stars, you'll be going to hell. Like seriously.
Isn't that the wrong picture?
No, it's the right picture.
Thought we were supposed to use
Wait,
Legacy.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll have to use this picture. You know what I'm gonna do? Hey, Paige, since you decided to make fun of me, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make a smash video of you.
Oh no, not that guy.
Smash. Okay. Okay, seriously, you're acting
Smash
like
and two-step.
Oh wait.
Okay.
I can actually agree with that. And he does this.
Well, you know what? That's the biggest problem. You have a problem with me doing it, but whenever you do it, suddenly someone has no problem with it. Like when you say, "I stack them," and I smashed them, I stacked them, and I pin them repetitively. So, who's to say who's being repetitive now?
Oh boy. Well,
Am I right or wrong here? I mean, I gotta know if I'm making a point because he's been saying he smashed them, he stacked them, he's pinned them ever since Roman Reigns ever made that promo, and I wish to God he didn't. That way, I wouldn't have anything to counteract to make an argument to show how that's getting repetitive. Oh, bullshit. Actually, you do.
Oh really?
He does. If you
gonna stay out of this.
Yeah, well, you gotta stay out of it. I mean, after all, because this is concerning Charlie. But either way, I'm not gonna argue back and forth with them through a live chat. I'm just gonna play it cool.
And don't worry, I will put that. I will put it also soon. Don't worry. And also, we have some good news recently.
I was about to say, yeah, Jordan. Focus on the stream, not Charlie trying to suck your dick. Let's continue on.
Which he's good at, by the way. But go ahead, David.
David, I mean, you didn't. I mean, you. Anyway, continuing on. We have some good news recently that if you're outside and you're vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask. And to be honest, I think it should be everybody that is vaccinated or not, because there's some, other people who could have problems with the vaccine. But, I'm happy that, things are going to the right direction. Because let's say this for the final record, all businesses needs to be open, because if there's no business open, then there's no life, because money. And I'm actually happy that they are doing this, because like wearing masks all the time in public, like it can have a little bit of trouble in breathing a little bit.
And skin conditions too that could break out.
That's actually true. Oh,
Hello, Felicia.
yes. Also, Troy, you know Ellen DeGeneres, right?
Ellen DeGeneres. You mean the one who looks like a man but doesn't talk like one?
Yeah, and after the 19th season, she is gonna call it quits.
Hey, you know what? Mazel tov after 19 seasons, but here's the deal. You know, since you brought that up, the whole thing, the coronavirus thing, the whole mandate, you know, like wearing down, you know, when Remington was on my stream just a while ago, did you know that he said that there was some people like trying to say that there might be a new virus about to break out soon? I'm like, what? Like, nah, I don't think so.
Don't need a COVID-20.
Well, I could see that. I could see that happening if people don't get back if people don't get vaccinated, and if it spreads to someone who has additional things going on, then yeah, it could lead to something that is very much more deadly than COVID ever could be.
Yeah.
But
I
Yeah,
mean,
I've heard about that, Drome, and there's no denying that. But anyway,
continue what we were saying.
Oh, even then, I still watch her show.
I got
don't
no
know.
hate. I got no hate
Yeah.
for the woman. I just feel
yeah,
like
like
some of her.
I don't got no issue with Ellen, but Ellen's kind of like in that category where it's like I just don't care. Like,
Yeah. I mean, she's not like a mean person and doesn't like talk about well, I guess.
Well,
I mean,
I know what political party she's following. Believe that.
yeah, but I meant like actually talking about politics all the time, or doing it on Twitter, and also making people
Wait,
happy.
you know what's so funny?
I'll
Wait,
give him a
David, hold
present.
on. You know what's so funny? That you brought that up, talking about politics on Twitter. That's kind of funny how some people would like to, you know, file Gina Carano, you know, because she spoke her mind about her views on politics, you know, that she gets fired for that. But with Ellen DeGeneres, yeah, I'm sorry. Why didn't she get fired herself?
Yeah, and I can, I guess I could tell why Charlie sees mean, but you
For
know,
once, I agree with Charlie on something.
hmm, but I don't know. There's something iffy about her, and I mean, good luck to the future, but we'll see what happens.
Besides,
Um,
she's got a game show of her own, Game of Games.
A what?
She's got a game show called Ellen's Game of Games.
oh
I
yeah,
thought you were gonna
she does have that. Oh yeah,
Game of Games, more like the
You know what?
game of
In
games.
fact, I'll say this. There was this funny moment where one of the games was You Bet Your Wife. That's what it was called. And
Jerome just said Gina Carano, like she can make a man out of me. I agree with that.
oh boy.
but anyway, the game was called You Bet Your Wife, and the husbands were trying to make guesses on how smart they think their wives are. One of the questions was, how many pasta noodles do you think your wife can name?
I know
And
how many pasta noodles my wife could name if I had one, and I could tell you, she could name all of them. Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's tons of varieties: rigatoni, macaroni.
Sorry, emo. Continue. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'll just mute my mic. I'll just shut up.
There's a ton about it. Rigatoni, macaroni, shells, penne. Any others? Others because I just lost it.
Ramen noodles.
Okay, there you go. That's another.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the husbands themselves, had very little confidence. One was like, I bet she can name 2. with very little confidence. Another was like, I bet she can name 3. It's like, yep, challenge that. And of course, now I've got that. But the next question followed up after that. How many animals that typically weigh over 1,000 pounds do you think your wife can name?
Okay,
That
I'm
was the
not
one.
being okay. I'm not being mean to your new co-host. If I was, he would have already told me. Me.
Continuing, Mo.
Yeah, please.
I just want to know how many animals exactly that do you think weigh over 1,000 pounds? Maybe an elephant's one of them, or a hippopotamus.
Okay, so there's like elephant, hippopotamus. I'm trying to think here.
Dolphins are pretty heavy.
Hey, that's kind of funny. Gay dolphins.
Dolphins, and then you also have whales that are very huge.
Sharks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm not talking Shark Boy or the Shark.
Oh god.
Do you find
This is
Paige? Do you find it ridiculous that they gave like that guy who used to be known as Earthquake a gimmick that's based off a shark character, and then years later they give a cruiserweight named Shark Boy?
That's the irony of wrestling, man. That is the irony of wrestling.
Yeah.
well,
Hmm.
back to what I was talking about. Animals that typically weigh over 1,000 pounds. I think we just named like 5. This is how confident this husband was. He was like, I bet my wife can name 17 animals that typically weigh.
What?
17 animals that typically weigh over 1,000 pounds. That's how much he betted. 17.
Okay, Jerome just said bull, cow, elephant, hippo, crocodile, giraffe, rhino.
What's this? Chorn, I challenge you to go 5 shows with no animations, but you could do it.
Can I read it properly? It says, Jordy, I challenge you to go 5 shows with no imitations. Bet you can't do it. Keep in mind, David, it's imitations, not emanations.
Okay, this one I can't underestimate Jordan on this one. He did go like however many streams we told him to without doing drama. So I'm pretty sure he could do it.
Yes.
First time when I went on a break, I actually, was able to not do anything on social media for a whole month. And then on top of that, I mean, I went without having doing any kind of drama streams for the first few when I was doing my marathon. I could basically do this piece of cake.
Hey Jordan, I want to say something. Speaking of talk shows.
Oh, President Trump, don't be afraid of Cornova.
Cornova! Oh my God, I remember that. Wendy Williams, that freaking idiot. It's Corona! It's like Jerome, back in episode 29 of R&R. Remember when he used to do, like, when he was, remember the whole reputation? It's reputation! I can't believe it's been a whole year since that episode. And that one actually put it on the map, too. Oh, God. That was actually one of the best, man. If not one of the greatest. But anyway, so yeah, he also said a bison, grizzly / polar bear, a moose, whale, and shark too.
But yeah, when
weigh over 1,000 pounds.
Hey, wait, what regarding what weighs 1,000? It's going in rotations when saying reputations. Shook-
You're Tissues?
I can't stop. I can't help but laugh at that because that.
Oh yeah. Oh god. But yeah,
Go
when
ahead, go ahead, Emo. Sorry to interrupt you.
God, well, do I dare? Do I dare show this?
Dare!
I feel like if. Oh my god.
yes,
I don't know if this is going to kill me, but
What doesn't
Alright.
kill you make you stronger.
all right. This
about what?
one. Yes, David.
Before Emo continues, Wendy Williams, your show can go down the drain and be canceled. Just saying. But anyway, continue.
All right. So
Okay,
Basically,
Jerome just asked what was the number of animals over 1,000 pounds.
the guy, like I said, the guy very confidently was like, "I bet my wife can name 17 animals." He basically saying his wife can name 2 pasta noodles, but then was very confident when 17 animals that typically weigh over 1,000 pounds. It was pretty crazy. She failed to do that. She got 7.
Funny thing is, Jerome can only name 13 of them, or 12 if you mix both a polar and grizzly bear.
Yeah, like Jerome got pretty close. So
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, that's a dick move, Charlie.
Yeah. But anyway, continue, Emo.
I was gonna jump to like a moment that I think I introduced on episode 30 of Bird Call a long time ago. But this is what it was like now. Now, my number 9 favorite preschool show was Maya the Bee. And it was shown on Netflix. However, one of the episodes was pulled from that because of, well, this is what it looks like right now.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, I remember
Correct.
that. Oh, I remember that completely. Wasn't it the one where they had to censor out something that was inappropriate to them?
Well, they didn't censor it. They removed the episode, but that's what it was like now. What it was like before, and I'm going to pull that up.
I was trying to show something that Jose sent me, which is kind of funny.
All right, it's right here.
Simpsons.
That's what it was like right here. This was like put in the show. This wasn't edited. This was actually put in the show. And there was there are multiple questions going through my mind.
I know, same thing, Paige. I understand what you're feeling.
The first of these 3 were, whose idea was it? Was it to put that in there? 2, did that guy ever get fired? But the most obvious question, because this show as well as this episode came out in 2012, and it took about 2015 or 17 for someone to see this, my final question was, why did it take that long for a parent to notice this?
Hold on, Jerome just said it's a rocket ship.
No, that's a very blossoming flower. But
a blossoming flower that doesn't have any pubic hair.
Hey, some people like it clean, but
true.
Yeah, but the fact that it took 5 years for a parent to realize this, and for Studio 100 and Netflix to be like, oh, okay, we found it. We gotta go back to that episode and like try to get that out of there as possible.
Oh my
I see what you
God.
did there, Tom. I know one thing. At least I'm ahead of you.
Uh,
That's a pun.
Torn just yeah, I was gonna say something about them. But yeah, like with this cancel culture stuff, like just please, it's getting way out of hand. But
But they think it's okay to release. Oh, dude. I still have that video, but I might have that. I might, make it. I might make it unlisted and bring back some, streams that
That's
were drama related. But still, that was good. God, that movie. Everything you hear about it. Me and Paige actually covered it one time.
Yeah,
With my
yeah, we
first training.
did. Yeah, I was just thinking about that. Like, oh my God, yeah, we covered cutie because I want to see if that number. Let me see.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
'Cause I
Yeah,
remember that number
I'll bring it back
from
public
Rotten
when it back.
Tomatoes. I remember it being I remember it being really high.
It was. I mean, I'm gonna make that video public again soon, just so we're clear. I mean, I still have all the videos I have on private. I mean, there are some things I'm thinking I'll take it slow. You know what I mean? But
Mhm.
one thing I will say about this movie and how everybody made this out really disgusted me to a point where I was about to lose my mind.
cuties, like cancel culture, think it's bad, but um, but they think cuties is okay. Why in the world?
To be honest, it sucked as a movie from the clips that I seen. They literally used drama to drive viewership, oh my God, like an Arthur stream.
Oh god. But yeah, like
I
not
can't I cannot lie but I will agree with Tom on that one. But
sorry, really?
Oh, okay. So on the tomato meter, Cuties has an 88.
Wait, what?
88%. Oh my God. By the way, Charlie, I
Yeah.
hope you're joking because you better put a JK in that right now.
Oh,
He
God.
said LMAO, so I think that would be enough to say it was a joke.
Yeah, if I continue page.
But yeah,
You're
Cuties right now, it has an 88% on the tomato meter, which is I remember it being like at a 90 something.
I'll look back. I'm
But
gonna look that up.
and yet
Because when
people.
we did the video, like you and me, when I first came back from my first break, I imagined that the number was more higher.
I haven't seen
Okay.
that. I haven't seen that
and
video.
there's
No.
80 reviews. I wonder.
Oh my God! Well, you were close. It was 91%.
Yeah, I knew it was in the 90s when it first came out. So at least now it's down, but I want to see I want to see what some of these people are saying.
Perhaps I'll tell you this: there are people.
Oh my God! I gotta share this one comment that I just saw. Oh my God!
Go ahead.
Right.
What
Go
the?
ahead.
What
The thing is,
Oh.
people are saying this doesn't support
Read
child
this
porn or
from
pedophilia. It's like
Wilson?
it's right in your eyes. How do you not see this?
Let me see here. What is this? What is this?
Cuties is a powerful statement about letting kids be kids. What the?
What?
What the?
What? It is not a.
What the?
BS. BS. That's
What?
Breathe, Jordan. Just breathe. Okay,
Oh my God!
I'm gonna call this out right now. First of all, hey Jill it's a woman too. Hey Jill Wilson, screw you.
Full review.
Maybe you should
Full review.
Maybe you should.
Let's see.
Maybe you should watch the the video, again and realize that's not having kids being kids. It's basically showcasing how people want to get a sexual drive out of little girls. Obviously, you don't know what it's like to actually be a film critic. In fact, Winnipeg Free Press, you know what? I think you're just a freaking sheep for all I know. Wait, hold on.
All right, I'm gonna read the I just pulled up the full. I just pulled up the full review. Let me see.
Oh, hello there,
Some
Mason.
surreal. The cinema that helped us make it through.
Really, Charlie? Oh my god.
Okay, then I don't think I would
okay,
say that.
Charlie. Yeah, hold on. First of all, Charlie, if you ever compare R&R to Cuties again, you and me are going to have a long talk. I swear to God, it ain't going to be pretty. So don't do that.
I kind of agree with you right there, but anyway.
I don't compare your show to it, so at least Soul has an amazing message. I agree with that. It should, with Soul, it had positive vibes to it.
Well, look at this coming right here. I agree with.
Yeah, you know what? I agree with that fully. In fact, anybody who loves the movie, like that Mr. Girl guy, you stay as far away from me as you can.
Oh yeah, he has a new YouTube channel called Mr. Girl Returns.
And I wonder how long it's going to be until someone beats the hell out of him.
Because I remember he came back to YouTube as Mr. Girl Returns, and I made him. And then I remember seeing this video. His first video coming back was a video talking about how he learned to stop hitting women, and I'm like, oh god, here we go again. I wonder if his channel took up.
This guy, I don't know. The thing is, what is with all these people trying to come out as a pedophile? First you got EDP, and now you got the guy that tried to expose him, that Chet Goldstein guy, and before those two you got freaking Mr. Girl. I mean, what is up with people trying to come out publicly as a pedophile and try and make it into a positive thing?
Well,
why?
First of all, we have films like Cuties, where this kind of stuff is starting to be displayed on a much bigger platform. So, and we have a lot of the stuff like this in the mainstream. Like, of course, people are going to encourage it. People are going to think it's okay to go around and think that this is just a normal way to live when it's absurd.
Mr. Girl, unoriginal. Oh my god. Actually, it is somewhat original, but the problem is it's not really that big of a name that you'd want to remember. They just want to be kids. Wait a second. I do not understand your logic with that comment. I have no idea. I mean, besides, you know what's for kids? Tricks are for kids.
And YouTube kids.
My number 2 favorite mascot. And yet, a rabbit has only gotten the cereal, or once. Or was it the cereal? Or was it the yogurt?
Charlie has been Mr. Girl for years. Wow.
Thomas sus. But when I just saw that comment right there, I was like, oh my god. Like, Cuties.
I know.
Like Cuties should be banned from Netflix forever. Like, Like,
You can't even get his name. Tom can't get Jerome's name right. Jerome. Jerome.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Tom, you being 30 years of age, you don't know how to spell.
You can't spell Jerome's name right. And you know what? You know, at least I respect him. At least he can spell my name right.
Yeah, you know what that is?
Oh no, you did not just say Happy Gilmore is better than R&R. You did not just say that.
Ah,
Oh,
I would let it pass if it was a thing. Hold on. This is your name, Jordan. Hold on. Let me change it here real quick.
Oh great.
I have the power. No.
First of all, quit paying attention to Charlie and his nicknames he got for me because it ain't gonna help you none. And second, you better be careful what they do to you next time.
Hold on.
I like it, but I don't want to get too overrated.
Um,
But anyway, but I get it. It's autocorrect. I'm not trying to bash you for it. I mean, I get it. We all have autocorrect issues.
yeah. And plus, you know, like,
but
cat-
anyway, guys.
But I want to continue on since we're on.
Yes, Jordan.
Oh my God, Cats 2019. Don't get me started with that.
Anyways, guys, it has been nice, but I do have a cold open to prepare for in about 80 minutes or so. So I'll see you then.
All right.
All right.
See ya, Paige. Let me actually see. Wait, call you better. Just wait, just don't make the mistake of saying, oh.
Oh.
Ouch.
I think that's what Tom and Charlie are becoming. They're a bunch of naggers.
Ouch. Plump Show host. How did you decide to have the nickname for Plump?
Well, okay. Basically, you know why I call myself that for since 2010, September 2010, I was a host of a show on YouTube called The Plump Show.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would do. This upcoming September, I want to get back to that. Try to do my own thing. Is there going to be changes to it? I don't know. But
hey, you know what? I'll tell you one thing. At least his singing is nothing like another certain someone who loves culture.
Oh God, here we go. Plump Show.
look, I don't know what the name Plump. I don't know what Plump is. I just went with that name because I wanted to look for something original, something that's not actually a real.
Not like some other people in the world. Speaking of original,
yes.
Okay, you want to know? Do you want to know the definition of plump?
What?
What?
Having a full rounded shape. You don't believe me? Hold on.
I mean, I believe you. It's like, what's a full rounded shape?
Full rounded shape. It could mean anything. Like it just said here, berries, like balls, not testicular, mind you, and anything that's rounded and full.
Wow.
Okay, like my head.
Speaking of, I remember you trying thing on your Twitch, where you spilled water on your head with that toy, whatever that is.
Yes.
Want to do it again?
Oh, should I get it out?
Yes. Go, do it.
Okay, I'm gonna have to back up though because I don't want anything bad to happen to this laptop.
No episode after. This will be the.
I would
last
showcase all what you want, Tom, but the thing is I can't because this is David's channel, and he'd probably ban me off his channel if I try to showcase anything that's,
Yeah, I don't want to get in trouble on YouTube, so yeah.
Oh,
he's trying to make it big. He's the man of the future.
There you go. Okay, here we go. So explain to people what that is.
wet head. I just pull a bunch of random sticks off the helmet, and one of the sticks triggers the handle that dumps water on me.
Oh, we have 10 people watching. Thank you all for tuning in.
By the way, I can't do it, Tom. Besides, last time someone tried to showcase something like what you want me to showcase, that person had his, stream, flagged down by a bot for no reason. Then he had to, make a part 2 of the show to, and you know what I'm talking about, David.
Mm-hmm.
And it was all because they were playing a game. I mean, it was really harmless.
Yeah. YouTube. Well, actually, that episode is one of my favorites. 124. Not gonna lie. Have you seen episodes 150 and 155, Jordan?
I saw bits of it, and I love the part where Gary, like when Drum's like, "Is that better?" and then all of a sudden Gary just falls back, and then Drum's like, "Gary, fall down." I was just, I mean, I watched the replay of that, and I was just laughing, real hard.
Yes. Oh boy. Cell phone. Didn't it?
Okay, so
falling down.
that's 8 sticks.
Yeah, we falling down. My fair baby. That's what he should have sang. That would have been more funny.
That's the theme song. There you go. That's the theme song for both of us now. Gary falling down. There you go. Oh boy, here we go. This is gonna be the main event right here.
It's gonna get cold. I can tell.
Oh no, Gary fall down.
You sound like Lucas there for a minute. If Lucas said that, that'd be like, "Oh no, Gary fall down. That's not true. And I need some more gluten protein shakes."
Oh boy. I'm just waiting for this. But I think I like this one.
Wait, you know what? I just got to thinking that, like instead of him saying instead of Lucas saying Gary fall down, he should be like, "Oh no, Gary Bear fall down." Remember, because Gary did that invitation, like, "Hi, Gary Bear, hi, Gary Bear."
That Valentine's Day video.
I still love watching that. Hey, for some reason the quality on your never mind. It wasn't your quality on your screen wasn't doing good, but it's all right now.
See if I can eat a pickle. I can do this.
Oh boy. I'm actually looking forward to Patriots stream tonight because I'm actually curious of what he has to say. Oh wait. Yeah, but boys, Mr. Carver, Gary Austin's Gary Austin.
Okay. My God.
Potatoes. Replace that with pickles.
Yeah. We all remember that. Wait, what's going on here?
Wait for it.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
All right. I'm gonna try some. There we go.
So I'm just gonna keep spinning. You guys tell me to stop whenever.
Okay, stop.
All right, this one right here. One. Oh,
That's-
nothing.
Okay.
Okay, then.
I see that Mickey Mouse TV over there.
Your turn, David.
What?
You tell him when to stop.
And stop. Oh boy.
My turn.
Oh, wait a minute. Back here.
And we shuffle.
All right.
All right. Stop.
Yeah, you said it.
Yes,
Yep.
I said it.
All right. Let me like. Right, that way I can hear you a little more.
This is how Lucas changes his batteries in his brain. Oh my god, that is so funny.
Uh,
No.
okay.
Dang it.
Your turn, David.
Okay. Stop. Oh
Mm.
my god.
All right,
Whammy,
we're halfway
rammy,
there.
rammy.
Halfway there.
Or Metric Monkeys more like it.
Stop.
All right. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
EOLD.
That was fun.
Yes, that's why on most of my streams I do that.
Oh my god.
Every now
Anyway,
and
by the
then.
way, Romy's like, no, that's not true. They're installed in my rectum.
That was good, but pick one more funny. Oh boy. I don't know why I have to switch one.
Woo!
I thought that was good. And I'm not gonna brag about winning because we all win.
Yes. I thought I heard something in the background. Oh.
That's my dog.
Oh. Come on, StreamYard. There we go. Anyway, I'm supposed to be over here. Anyways, that is going to end for this episode. That's how we end the show right there. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I had other topics planned, but I'll probably have that for next week. Or maybe I might save them for the following 5. Who knows? But until next time, this is David Dawson saying good night. Epic balls.